I'm sure most of you have heard by now that the Joshua Ruiz rematch has broken the UK pay-per-view record. And that's despite the fact that there was a £5 price hike. So it did about 1.6 million pay-per-view buys at £25 a pop. Also, there's this information coming in from Mike Coppinger. Excuse me. He said that the Dazn signups were approximately 200,000 in the run-up to the AJ Ruiz rematch. And the signups are, well, some of them are going to be $20, and there may have been some annual signups as well. So it's hard to do an accurate calculation based upon 200,000 because we don't know how many of the annual signups, which are, I think, $100. And then you've got the monthly signups, which are $20. So I don't know. But even if let's just for now go with the conservative estimate and assume that there were no annual signups for this particular, in the run up to this particular fight. Let's just say it was 200,000 at $20 a pop. And we can do some calculations here. So we'll start off with 1.6 million pay-per-view buys at £25. So first of all, we want to get the conversion rate right. So £25 is $32.93. So we'll take 32. Where we at? It's not 32. There we go. 32.93. And we times that by 1,600,000. Okay, that's how many pay-per-view buys it did. 1,600,000 equals $52,688,000. That is how much the UK pay-per-view for AJ Ruiz 2 made. If we add to that the Dazn signups, so that's $20 each, multiplied by 200,000, $4 million. So we can add the 4 million onto this. So let's add the 4 million on. And we get 56,688,000. That is roughly how much the Dazn signups and UK pay-per-view generated for AJ Ruiz 2. On top of that, you're going to add the gate in Saudi Arabia, which is going to add more money again. There'll also be international money coming in from pay-per-view outside of Dazn's reach because, you know, there may have been territories which were showing this fight not on Dazn. Dazn showed it in several countries around the world, but you've also got, you know, countries which don't have Dazn, which may have also shown the fight. So, yeah, it seems like a big success. And on top of that, AJ and Andy Ruiz were given upfront fees. You know, this wasn't a typical pay-per-view fight where you get a baseline and then you have to wait and see how well the pay-per-view does in order to know how much you're going to get. No. Eddie Hearn was paid an upfront sum to put this show on. He's spoken about this in several interviews. He was paid a sum. He didn't say how much the sum was, but I know a lot of you guys have heard the rumors of how much this fight is worth, like $100 million. Some people talking about that, which sounds pretty lofty. I've heard other figures saying it was more like $60 million. Who knows? But they were paid an upfront fee. I don't know how it works with the pay-per-view, whether they're going to use this pay-per-view money to, you know, give some of it back to the Saudis, or whether AJ still gets a cut of this pay-per-view money. Who knows how the business works behind the scenes. But on the face of it, they made, you know, the show generated in terms of gross $56 million, which is a lot of money. You know, a lot of money. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is AJ's value going to continue to increase, or will it actually start to decrease in the long haul? I think a lot of it depends on the performances AJ puts in, because as I said in the lead up to the Ruiz rematch, for AJ to box boring is what he needed to do to win. That's exactly how I was advising that he should box in all my pre-fight videos, that he should just box boring and a low volume fight, because Ruiz needs you to throw a lot of punches in order for him to counter you. So I knew that the British public would be sympathetic with AJ boxing that way, because they want to see him win so much. But if he boxes like that every time, the sympathy is going to run out. Once in a blue moon, if he boxes like that, yeah, maybe he'll get away with it. But AJ didn't get to be as popular as he is with the British public by boxing the way he did against Ruiz. If he'd been boxing like that from the beginning, he wouldn't be anywhere near as popular as he is. The public love heavyweight knockout artists. That's what they gravitate towards. And if you've got all the other ingredients that AJ has, the marketability, Matchroom behind him, all the sponsorships, the ultra PC persona in front of camera, when you've got all of that, and obviously a lot of female fans, as well as the more traditional boxing fans, when you've got all that going for you and you're knocking people out and looking exciting, that's how you end up where AJ is. But if you take away his exciting performances and knockouts, I don't see his value, his commercial value rising. I see it steadily declining, to be honest with you. So he's going to need to get back to his knockout ways before too long, or else he may not be seeing these kind of paydays much longer. So we'll see. But look, he's made a hell of a lot of money. Good for him. The only reason I really talk about the money these fighters are making is to see how realistic it is that they're going to fight their rivals, because money gets in the way of making a lot of fights. People's egos don't allow them to accept less than a particular percentage, And so that's why you have to look at what the fighters are making to know who's really pricing themselves out. Because if one guy's making 10 million a fight and the other guy's making 50 million a fight, or 60 or 70 million, and the guy on 10 million demands 50-50, that's what you call pricing yourself out. That's what you call pricing yourself out. Whereas if one guy's earning 40 million and the other guy's earning 50 million a fight, he's got a better argument. He's got more of a leg to stand on to say, okay, 50-50. It's not that absurd. You can't really say that guy's pricing himself out. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.